Alright guys, let's start learn Flutterflow, and first of all I would like to start with pricing, because basically you need to know what are you paying for and which plan is better for you at this stage of the beginning. So here's a free plan, $0 amount per month. You will be able to use core platform features, pre-built templates, Firebase integration, that is basically a database, to API endpoints. And I would like to say that this is the best plan for learning Flutterflow. You will be able to learn every widget, every action that Flutterflow has. You will be able to learn business logic. You will learn how to build beautiful interfaces with animation, but the things as deployment to stores and some of the features are not available. Second plan is standard. It costs $30 round, depends of your region. And the only thing that includes here above free plan is APK download and code download. So I'm not sure what this plan for, because for example, if you will pay 70 bucks, you will be able to use every single feature that Flutterflow has. So one more word about this free trial period. Please keep it for a while, because a lot of guys start the pro plan with free trial. They have just 30 days, and when these 30 days finish, they just go to free plan. For sure, it's better to choose free plan, learn the features that you have. Maybe you will be able to build basically full application that you need, and then when you need to deploy your application to stores and share it with the world. Please start free trial of pro plan and share it. So I would like to show you how Flutterflow cut features in the interface. So here I have settings of my project, and as you see, we have little stars here on mobile deployment, on GitHub integration. That means that these features are not available. Also, if we will look at here, this is developer menu. We have the only feature that available is view code. Connecting to GitHub, download code and download APK is not available. So, but all the things that we have here is really available, and you can learn it. All the widgets, all the actions, everything that you need, you will be able to learn it on free plan. So stay tuned and learn. Okay guys, let's review the main Flutterflow page. As you see, the first thing, we have little menu here: projects, marketplace, my organization, resources. You have your profile information, pricing plans, and you can log out here. So also here you have two buttons that you can switch light and dark mode. A search field, you can type the name of your project and you can easily find it. And finally, create a new project button. So here we have a list of projects that you see that these are not mine, these are projects of my students. So I can easily just click on it and drop in the main interface and edit the project that I have in my window here. Next thing is marketplace. It's in beta. So what is marketplace for? some nice guys already did some components for Flutterflow for free. For example, you can use this interesting navbar here and just click on it, add to project, and you will be able to use it in your project. Also, as you see, we have several tabs here. So template applications, pages and components, and even custom code things you can add to your project. Here we have two sub-pages, nothing really special. Created items, the item that you've created, previously used items that you used in your project before. My organization, that's interesting thing for companies. You can share it with your team. Anything you need, custom code, media assets, team design library. For example, if you have several developers that working in one project, you can share with them some code that they can use during their work. Resources, really interesting thing. Here's all the links for all basically resources that you can learn something about Flutterflow, documentation, help center, app tutorials, YouTube tutorials, etc, etc, etc. You can find here even Mac desktop application. So if you are using Mac, you can just download the application, install it, and use Flutterflow as application. So here you see a little container, Flutterflow wrap 2022. If you click on it, you will see all very interesting information from your account, how much hours you spent using Flutterflow last year, something like that. Let's drop in profile settings. So here you have your profile information. You can change your pricing plan, billing plan. You can use referral link, and then after that maybe even make some money for that when your referee will use paid account. Pricing plans, nothing special. We reviewed it in one of the videos. I will not stop here. So that's basically everything that you can know about this page. Also, we have some menu here, duplicate project and leave project. So for example, this is the project of my students. I can leave it, so I will not be able to see it here. And I can duplicate project, just make complete copy of the project from this menu. This is it. Don't miss a single video. Stay tuned. So, okay, let's go to check what we have here on the top bar of the Flutterflow interface. So basically here we have our home page icon. So if you click here, you will go back to the home page of Flutterflow. First of all, I would like to say a few words about Flutterflow logo here. Here in the bottom you see versioning information. So right now in my case I have version 3.0 January 11 2023 and Flutter 3.3.4. So how it changed. So for example, one day you log into your Flutterflow, go to your project, and here you will see a little container that says update to the last version. Just click on it and you will see that the version is changed. So this is a really important thing, because if you will not press that container, you will use the version that is not the last. For example, they can add some widgets, some new widgets here. So here is a data table that that appears yesterday. I think I didn't even try to do something with that to check that. The second thing I would like to talk about canvas size. This is really interesting thing. So we will talk about this container and the scaffold here because it's really connected. So for example, you can see how you're building your application in different types of devices. We have here a bunch of phones, a few tablets, and a lot of monitor sizes. What it for? When you are building your application using just one display, that's not really correct way, because you need to know that your application is displaying good on different sizes of displays. So that's why here's a lot of different sizes of displays. So for example, if I will take iPhone 14 mini, you see that it's much smaller than iPhone 14 Pro Max. So this is important thing when you need to know how to build your interfaces that changing by changing the size of the display. So for example, you can use you can try to look how it looks on some tablets with different sizes also, and this is the main thing of adaptive design. So in every basic phone or tablet on any device, your application should look good. Also, we have here different types of monitors. It can be like laptop monitor for MacBook Pro or Air 13, or really huge UHD 4K monitor here. So if you will be able to see how it looks here, but basically these screens are for web applications that you also can build in Flutterflow. Also, you can choose here. Let me go back to phones and do something like that. Yeah. You have the device orientation here, so you can choose portrait or landscape. This is nice thing to know that your application is looks good on landscape orientation. So for example, if someone using your application with tablet, you can just check how it looks in portrait and landscape orientation. Next thing that I would like to speak about, that these sizes, you can put the size, the custom size of the display. So for example, if I type here 1080 for width and height, it will change to this squarish screen. What it for example, if you know Samsung Galaxy Fold has 1:1 orientation, so the width is the same size as the height of the screen, so it's really squarish, and you can check how your application works with that, and that's really nice thing basically to build adaptive design for that purpose. Really great. Let's check these two buttons here. I will go back to our iPhone mini size. Let's start with this display keyboard. This is interesting thing because some of the components of your application might be hidden behind keyboard. So look at this FAB button. When I press the display keyboard, here you see that FAB button just jumped up above the keyboard. The next thing is display device. So if you changing the devices here, you can press this button and see what kind of device appearing. And as you see, some of the devices has different elements. For example, here is our front camera. So you has to be sure that elements of the device doesn't cover any element of your application. So that's why it's here. Here is display, handlebars. One more interesting thing for adaptive design. So if you will check this out, you will have some handles here that you can manually change the size of the screen of the device and to check how it looks on different sizes. This is really great thing to know that your application is adaptive and displaying correctly on different types of displays. Command palette and keyboard shortcuts. Let's begin. So guys, right here you can see something like a search field, right? But if you click on it, you will see a window with actual search field and a lot of commands below. So what it for? So for example, if you have a really big project with 100 plus pages, you can type, for example, in my project I have plan page, and you will find command go to plan page. If I click on it, I will go to the proper page. So or it can be login page. You can go to login page here. It's much faster if you will use command palette right here than find the specific page in all pages. So for example, interesting thing, if you need to add some page component or folder, you can just type add page, click, and you will go to the interface where you can just put the name of your page, select the some template here or make it blank, and that's it. Also I think it might be working with actions. I'm actually don't use it so much, so maybe actions. No, I think you will not find any actions here. So some settings also are working here. So for example, GitHub, and you can go to app settings and GitHub right here. That's how it works, and this is a really interesting thing. If you know how to work with that, you can improve your work speed and work faster, basically. Shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts. The first thing that you need to know that they doesn't work on any keyboard language except English. So if your keyboard is English, keyboard language is English, it will work good. But for example, I have Russian language in my interface, and when my keyboard stays in Russian language, keyboard shortcuts doesn't work. Let's go check what we have. We have general keyboard shortcuts and stack. Stack is a widget, and you can use some shortcuts for moving child widgets in the stack. So let's go to general. Personally, I'm using copy paste shortcuts, so Control X, Control C, Control V, and duplicating Control D. Also, really interesting thing is add action shortcuts. So if you need to add really quick some action to your component, to your widget, you can use Control A shortcut, and that's it. Let me show how it works. I will press Control A here, and as you see, it makes an action on that widget, so I can choose the correct action and make some logic. What's next? That's basically it. You can check all these shortcuts by yourself and maybe you will find something interesting for you. Let's go next, and here you see help icon here. If you click on it, you will see what is resources where you can get help with Flutterflow development. I will not stop here. You can check it by yourself. The next thing I would like to speak about is project history. A really interesting thing. So, for examples, we have two tabs here. So, versions and snapshots. What is versions for? So, for example, you've built an application and you are working around bugs. So you can save the version of your application, just type any description here, so blah blah blah, save version, and then you can go work with your bugs, and if you will break something like heavily and nothing works, you can just go to your last save, right, to your last version, and you can basically choose pick or restore. If you click pick, your project will open in the next tab here, and you will be able to check what kind of setup you have here, so what you did in this version and what is available. Basically, when you checked everything and you like the version, you can go back and just click restore, and all your project will be restored to this version, right? Okay, so this is really good thing when you, for example, where you can use it. If you are working with several developers, it's a good idea to save your project every time that you're finishing your work. For example, you did some feature, you made some page or interface, just click save, type a description what you did, and that's it. And you will see a lot of saved versions, so you can see the history of difference of your application, basically. Snapshot. What is snapshots? Snapshots are the interesting thing. This is also versioning, but it's more detailed. So Flutterflow is saving your application, I think every 2 or 3 minutes. Sometimes it's saving when you just making some slight difference. So for example, I can add here one widget, so for example one more text, or duplicate this text, and for example Flutterflow after 1 minute can save it to snapshot, and you will be able to revert your project to this version. So that's a really great thing when you've got some, I don't know, electricity issues or maybe internet connection issues and something might not saved. You can go to your snapshots. Also you can click pick to check in the project what you have here, and then click revert to this particular version. Yes, I think that's it about project history. Project issues. So it is right here, and you see here some little bug icon and counting of your project issues. Let's click on it, and we will see that we have actually two types. This is warnings and errors. So if you have some warnings, it could be they are not critical, and your application basically will build correctly and it will work, but sometimes you might have issues if you have warning. So with the errors here, I have no errors right now. Let me do real quick one thing. So for example, I have client detail page right here, and I know that I have parameter, but for example, if I will delete this parameter right here, how much errors I will get. So remove, confirm, and nothing happens. Okay. Oh, right here. So I have 27 errors right here, just deleting one parameter. So now let's try to work with that and to see different types of errors. So we have different types of errors. So it might be error with parameters. It might be Firestore query when you have problems with database, component parameters, etc., 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 etc. But one really interesting thing, and how to work with errors and project issues correctly, just try to read the message, really read the message and understand what it says, because sometimes it's really simple thing and my students can ask me about this error, you know. Just read the message. For example, parameter client ID passed by container to client detail page doesn't exist, which makes sense, we've deleted it. But interesting thing that you can click on it and you will move to the place where you have query on that parameter, or the place that this error appears. So for example, I have actions here, and that is that particular error. So if I will click here, we see that client ID non-exist and this problem with parameter. So let's go try the next error. So if we have something with Firestore query, for example, I'll click on it and I see that on this container I have backend query that using that parameter that I've deleted before. So, and I need to fix that to make my application work. So that's how you can use these project errors. And while you will be fixing all these errors, the count will go down. And one more thing, if you have errors in your project, you will not be able to use run or test mode. You will not be able to test your application before you fix your errors in your application. That's basically it about project issues and warning. So, project comments. One more interesting thing if you are working in a team, so basically it's for teamwork, or maybe you can leave comments for yourself if you need to remind yourself that you need to fix something, so it might work. And let's go check how it works. It is here, so we see that all comments result here. So let's click and we have all selected, assign it result. How it works. So for example, we need to choose particular widget or page or something like that, and by clicking on that icon, yeah, you have add comment window. So we see here for which element we will add comments. So for example, change color, and I need to assign some user that is added to this project. So I click assign and click command. So here we have one comment Let's go check it one more time. So all comments here selected, assign it to me because I'm right now on this account. So, and we have resolved. What does it mean? So when you see your comment here, right, you can fix the problem that comments describe, and you can click this checkbox button. So you can click resolved. Resolve comment, yes. So it means that you resolved the issue in the project, and it will appear somewhere here. That's basically it, nothing special. So maybe it will be a really useful thing when you're working in big teams. So for example, if you are developing a company internal application and you have a bunch of people inside your project, so it can be marketing director, or it can be your tester, your testing guy, or some CEO, CTO, and all of the guys that can make decisions how your application should look and how it should work. So basically these comments will help you to work with that real quick and to see all the issues in your project when you have people that can leave a comment in your project. Developer menu, guys. So it is right here. We have small icon here, and if you click on it, you will see the menu that has 4 pages. If you are using free plan, these 3 will be closed for you. You will be able just view code, but let me explain everything. So first of all, view code. If you click on it, you will drop into the window where you can inspect all the code of your application. Basically, you have pages here, so for every page you have different code. Every component you can use different code. So as you see, I have a coach navbar here, so every import, every class, every function is here, and also custom functions you can see, pubspec.yaml, and everything that connected here you can see also. So this is basically a really interesting thing. You can just grab some component. For example, I have coach card with this code. You can copy that code, and if you need it somewhere else, you can just paste it, for example, to your Visual Studio Code, or even just send it to someone, to your developer, to look for maybe some bugs, maybe to edit it, and then you will be able to use it as a custom widget or custom component. So that's basically everything here in view code. Let's go next. For those guys that are using pro plan of Flutterflow, let's check what we've got here. So connect to GitHub repository, so click on it, and you are dropping to the settings page for integrations with GitHub. So you can just paste here your repository URL and associate repository with your Flutterflow project, what it forwards. So when you will do mobile deployment, you can choose from which source you will deploy your application to stores. So if you have some edits in your GitHub that made by some hard programmer guy, you can choose deployment source from the GitHub, and all the code in GitHub that you have there will deploy in Google Play or App Store. So or you can just use regular deployment from the project. Next thing, download code. This is simple. You just click on it. It's preparing the download. You need to wait some time for building um, your project, basically like collecting all code that you have, and then you will find this kind of archive here. I have icoach.zip, so I have one more. You will see this kind of message here. So before running your project, make sure you run the following commands in your IDE. So you can just copy that, paste it to your IDE and use it. So this creates the generated code necessary for the project to compile. So you can download, collect, and use it for editing by hard programming skills. And finally, download APK. Nothing special. Just click on it. It will build your application to APK around 2-4 minutes, sometimes 5-10, depends of size of your project, and you will find just APK file in your downloads, so you can use it for testing on real device, on real Android device, to understand how it's working with the real phone, basically. That's basically it with developer menu, and stay tuned. Share project, guys. So right here we have a little icon here that means that you can share your project with other people. You can click on it, and you have to be sure that you have no private information or some inappropriate content or some configuration keys that are connected to your project, because if you make your project public by clicking on this button here, so you see that right now I'm clicking here once again, and we see that this project is public right now. By this link, this is it, so you can copy it and share project with someone. Your project will be clonable, so every person that has a link to your project can clone it with all connections, with all keys, with all private keys, with all information and data. So please be sure that you are sharing your project without some sensitive information. So you can make it private back by clicking on this button, and as you see, if I click here, so we have the same information, so this project is private. If I will share with this link with someone, nobody will have access to your information. Also, we have here some marketplace items. I'm not really sure how it works because I didn't work with that before, and I'm pretty sure that at this stage you don't need that. That's basically everything that we have with sharing project. Preview app, test mode, and run mode, guys. So right here we have three types of previewing app, and this is test mode is basically debug mode, when you can where you can just run it in test mode, fix some problems, fix some bugs in your project, make reload and see how it works. So let's start from the beginning. Preview app, I have it here already preloaded. What it for? Basically it's working like a prototyping. So when you using preview app, you can see only the UI components that working together, how it works, and right here you have access to all of your pages. you can check how every different component work, but the one thing that preview app is not working with database data. So basically this is just interface interactions that you can check in the project. This is good for prototyping when you building just a prototype from the design that you had from designer. For example, you have something all the all interface in Figma and you need to build it inside Flutterflow. You can just quickly check it in preview app. Also you have canvas sizes here. You can see how it works with different screen sizes. The same thing that we have on the scaffold in our project. You can just drag everything that you need. You can use basically, yeah, display keyboard, the same thing, how works everything. And you can share the preview up to other people. So next thing is test mode. So this is a little lightning button, just building test mode. It looks like this. So I just pre-builded it. It's not loaded properly yet, but the main thing that test mode and run mode building around 2 or 4 minutes, but in test mode you have ability to make instant reload. So for example, when you find the bug in your project, in your application, you can just fix it real quick here, so make some difference, and then you click in instant reload. It will take around 10 seconds, 10-15 seconds, and then your application is builded. You see how fast it is. Build it with all the changes that you did before, like you fixed your bug and now you can check it one more time. Uh, you can end the debug session. The same thing here, canvas size. You can see how it works in adaptive design, and that's basically it. The main thing of test mode is debug, guys. So uh, it's better to use test mode rather than run mode, because run mode you will not be able to make instant reload and see which changes you did. So next is run mode. So let's talk about, this is the build that lives forever. So for example, you can copy this link, and if you have presentation of your project, you can just use this link, just paste it into your browser, and you can use your application almost like like on the device. So basically you are not able to make some fixes, so you can fix it in project, but you will not be able to reload it to see all fixes. You need to use test mode for that. Right here you just can see how your application working well. One more thing, test mode and run mode working with database connections. So all the information that you have in your database will be shown here. So that's it. That's all we have with our debug mode, test, run, and preview app mode. So guys, let's start learn our side panel of Flutterflow. So right here we see two sections. First is build, second is connect. In build we have three icons. You might have two icons. Don't worry about that. I will explain to you how to deal with that later. In connect, 6 icons, and this is the 6 different pages that really complex, and we need to explain to you everything. But first of all, let's start with our UI builder. So in UI Builder, you have three icon-like tabs, and first is widgets. This is basically all the widgets that you can use for building your interface. You have different types of widgets. So this is most frequently used elements, layout elements, base, page, and form elements. We will learn it a little bit later. We will review all the widget. Every single widget will be explained during this course, so don't worry, we will do that. Let's go to second tab. This is the components. What is components? This is basically several widgets that stick together to make like complete component. For example, right here I have navigation bar. Let me show it right here. So for example, I have custom navigation bar that made from container, row, and different icons. Also, I have some conditions here on the icons for changing the color, and to not make it for different pages, I made it as a component one time and using that component on different pages. Okay, why we have here components in different pages? So let me explain. Right here in UI Builder, you are not able to edit the components. You are able just to add it to your project, something like that. Hope, and I add it to my page. I will delete that because I don't need it. But right here in our page selector in components, we can edit that. So we have access to our components parts and we can edit the properties of the parts of that component, of the specific widget that contains that component. Remember, right here in UI Builder, just add it to our page or to a new component right here to edit that components. Third up, our UI Builder, this is templates. This is pre-built templates by Flutterflow, or maybe you can make some component and save it to Flutterflow templates and use it in your several projects. For example, uh, let's move on because right here we have a lot of interesting things, guys. We have UI elements, bottom sheets, headers, card views, and content views. Let me make quick review about that so you can hover it and see what the component itself, so how it looks like, and you can use it in your projects. For example, I have here some column, for example. No, I need to wrap it in column, and I can add it right here in my component, just like that, and that's it. You don't need to do some fancy builds. You can choose just pre-built template and edit right here. And this is all about that. You can check it by yourself. Just hover it. If it's good for you, you can use it. So no problem about that. The next thing right here is search field for our widgets, components, and templates. So for example, I can just like a basic search field, you can type something and it will find it right here. And you need to know that this is the different search fields for different tabs. So for example, if I will try to find something here in my components, this is the different thing. And right here, if I will select the third tab, you see that uh, my word that I started typing is disappear. So this is three independent search fields for three tabs. Yeah, that's it. That's all about our UI builder. We will review all the elements later in the next videos, so stay tuned. So guys, let's move to our widget tree inside panel right here. You might have this kind of view when you have just two icons here and separate view of um, page selector and widget tree. Or maybe you have this kind of view when it is separated like widget tree in one icon and page selector under the other icon. So you can just simply click on this button if you need to separate it right here, or click this button here in our widget tree to make this view. I will use this thing, like three icons with different subpages. This is more comfortable to explain everything. And let's move. What is widget tree? This is basically menu then where you see how your widgets are aligned on your interface, inside your interface. So you need to understand that we have parents and children system, that for example you can add every widget inside other widget and you will make a parent-child system. So for example, if you see here, I have my main column, my parent column for other widgets, and inside this column I have children, these two columns, and inside these columns I have other elements that are children of. So for example, these widgets are children of that column, and that column is parent for these children. But this column is child for this column, and this column is parent for this column. This is might be a little bit complicated in the beginning, but believe me, you will used to use it. There's nothing special, nothing complicated, and nothing fancy. Everything is really simple. Let's move to the next things. For example, here we have three different icons. This is lock icon. This prevents to scroll to a selected widget. So for example, if you have something like that, you have separated view right here, and you are choosing widgets here. As you see, it scrolling to the widget that you selected here in the interface. If you will select the lock, it will not be scrolling to that widget. Yeah, as you see this component right here bottom, and it's not scrolling. The next thing is this button that I showed you before to change the view of our side panel and the page selector and the widget tree view. I showed you these icons before, how to use it to change your side panel. And the next icon here is expanded view. This just collapsed and expanded view of your widget, but this it works somehow not with every widget. It just changing the view of some widgets that I'm not sure how to select it, you know, this like random thing, and it's not working with all the widgets. But in my experience, I will tell you that I'm not using these two icons too often. More of that, I don't use it at all. Yes, I don't need that, and that's it. Sometimes this feature might be really comfortable when you are working with particular page and you need to see the widget tree of that pages like really fast to know how everything works. But usually I'm using this view, and that's it. That's all about widget tree, all the basic things that you need to know. You can simply click and try to know more. Also, stay tuned and not miss a single video. Okay guys, let's go check our page selector inside menu right here. If you have view like that, yeah, just simply click on widget inside widget tree, click this icon, and you will find the view like that. So let's select our page selector, and here we have a list of our pages, the pages of our application. You might have nothing here because you have new application, or maybe you will have just one page and that's it. What it for? You can simply click and select the page that you need and work with that page, with the widgets inside that page, and build the interface that you need for the specific page. So what we can do here with pages, the pages that you have inside, you can duplicate, copy, and delete that. You need to know when you're duplicating page or copy that, you are duplicating that with all the queries, all the actions, all the widgets that you have on this page. The next thing, how to create a new page. Right here we have an orange icon. You can simply click on that, and you can add the name of the page. And you have two options. You can create new page or select some pre-built page. So for example, we have here authorization, chat, content, list settings, e-commerce, etc., etc., etc. And you can select a template or uh, create a new page. So I'm creating new page because I know usually what kind of interface, what kind of design I need. And simply you can select this page and add here some widgets inside, and that's how you're building the interface. When you adjusting that widgets, everything goes right. Next thing, what we have here, we can also create a folder for our pages. This is for better organizing of your pages. So for example, I have a lot of pages in my application. Not too much, but a lot. And to organize everything, for example, I have coach site, client site, and I can put specific pages for coach in coach folder and just collapse it when I don't need it. So to create new folder, just click on this icon, make a new name for that folder, and click submit. Right here you see we have 0 pages right here in this folder. I can simply drag and drop the page inside, and by clicking I can expand on or collapse that folder. This is really comfortable thing when you need to organize everything here and see the nice um, view of your page selector. More thing, we have this pretty icon here, view all pages. If you click on that, you will see all the pages that build it in your application, and it's a nice view. You can click here and select the page that you need. Sometimes this is comfortable when you working with a project that you are not familiar with. So for example, you were added as the second developer and you don't know the project well, and you can select the page that you need by interface, by visual sign. So for example, I click on boarding page and I will see that here. Uh, Other thing, you can just simply find it in the search field right here. So for example, I have clients page and found all the clients named pages that I have in my application. Next tab right here is your components. Uh, you can choose the specific component that you need and change it by adjusting the widgets that you need, putting in new widgets here inside and building interface of the component as you need. What the options we have here for the components? We can create a new component, the same as creating new page. You can just name it, and also two options: create new component or select the template. In the templates, we have UI elements, bottom sheets, headers, card views, content views. You can make a quick review by yourself and select that you need. Usually creating a new as well as I making new pages. So create new and it appears right here, and simply you can drag and drop all the widgets that you need inside this component and build the component that you need. Everything is simple, nothing special. For the components, unfortunately, we have no folders to organize it well. And as you see, I have a big list of components in my application. This might be confusing, but using the search field, helping to find the component that you need. Uh, Also, you can duplicate, copy, and delete component by the menu. Just three dots, click on that, you will find the menu with duplicate, copy, and delete actions. And it works as well as it works with pages. This is really quick review for page selector. Try it by yourself to make new pages, new components to understand how it works. And this is it. Stay tuned. Okay guys, let's review a Firestore inside Flutterflow. This is basically the place where your database structure is, and as you see, we have here collections and sub-collections. We will learn about that in the next lessons. Right now, just quick review. So you can simply create new collection or sub-collection of the collection, and right here you see that we have some field name and data type that relates to this field. Also here we have manage content button. You need that for adding the data inside your database. We are using this a lot for adding a testing data. What else? You can copy collection, duplicate collection, and delete collection. Everything that we able to do with our pages or components. The same thing with sub collection. You can create a new fields right here. Just text the name, create a data type. Also, you can choose is list or not, and just simply click this icon here, and that's it. Let's move next. Here we have our data type, what it for. So for example, if you have uh, address data type and you have several fields here, for example, street, city, you can have house number here or state name, etc, etc, etc. You can use address data type right inside your users collection right here. You can choose data type here and use address, and that means that inside this field you will be able to store all the data that you have inside this data type. So how much fields you have here in data type, you will be able to uh, have connection to that from the users collection, for example, if you add it here. Next thing, right here we have our Firestore settings, nothing special. You can turn on or turn off users collection if you have, for example, database that based on Firebase and you have authentication in your application, you can use pre-built users collection. Also, here we have schema validation. This is a really interesting thing when you will run your project to build it for testing. You may press validate schema before you running the project. That means that schema of your database right here is valid with Firebase, with the database itself. So next thing is Firestore indexes, Firestore rules, etc., etc., etc. All of that we will review in the next lessons when we will work with database. The only thing, when you create a new collection, you may press here deploy one more time, because every time when you create a new collection or sub collection, you need to deploy it to Firebase. So that's basically it with Firestore here. Stay tuned. Okay guys, next page in our side menu is local state. What it for? So for example, if you don't need cloud cloud database, right, as Firebase is, and you want to make a local application that storing data on the device of the user, so you can use local state, and right here you can create different variables and store the data here. So you can simply press add state variable, just type the name, choose the data type, and that's it. And also you can switch on these toggles. This is for list. That means that inside of one variable you will be storing a list of data, and persist if it's true. So how it works, for example, every time you are using local state, the data appears inside when user is using your application. When he exit from the application, the local state is erased. So this toggle means that you can store this the data inside this local state even when the application is closed. So for example, next time when user open the application, the data that was stored in the local state that persisted is true, he will see this data. Otherwise, if persisted is false and it's turned off, the data that was using this local state will be erased, and that's it. So you can simply find the local state that you need using this search field. Also, you can choose some default values right here in your local states. You can type the data here, or for example, for Boolean type, you can select true or false default value, and you can simply just delete the local state that you don't need. You are not able to edit local states, and this is sometimes not really comfortable. You need just delete the local state and create new one. That's basically it. We will use local states later in our course, and stay tuned. So let's make a quick review for API calls. This is the next page in our side menu right here. By clicking on this icon, you will see this page, and here's a lot of things that need to explain, but we will explain it during the course when we will learn about API calls. Everything that I will show you right now that you can create it here, you can create API group or create specific API call, and right here is API group as you see, and by expanding that you will see API calls that relates to this group. What you can do with API calls, for example, right here in menu you can delete API group, duplicate API group or delete API group. Also you have here a link to the docs that you can learn more about APIs, and that's basically it that I would like to explain you at this moment, because uh, there's a lot of things that we have to dive in with APIs. So stay tuned. So the next thing in our side menu of Flutterflow, right here we have project media assets. What it is? So for sure, this is the storage for your media files, and you can store here your videos, your photos, images, and even um, JSON animation, Lottie animation. So right here we have not a lot of things to do with that. You can upload media, you can choose the file that you need, and while when you upload it right here inside, it will appear here. As you see, I have several images here, and the only thing that you can do with that from this interface, just delete it. So for example, I don't need these two images here, I can delete it and that's it. What this storage for? So for example, when you're working with widget image, or I think in container we have background image, you can basically choose from which source you will use the image. For example, you can use it from here, from project media assets, or you can use external link. We will learn about that a little bit later in the module with all widgets. And right here with project manager, project media, that's it. This is all. Stay tuned. Okay, let's check what we have here in this scary part of the Flutterflow. So right here we have custom code, custom function. You have three types of code that you can use inside your applications. This is custom functions, custom widgets, and custom actions. You need that if you will not find any of that inside Flutterflow that pre-built. So if you need some custom fancy things, you can build it with the code here. So uh, we will not dive inside that really deep because we will learn it later in the module with custom code. So I will just show you what we have here. So for example, add button, you can add a new function, new widget, new action, or you can create team function, team widget, or team action, and you will be able to use it with your team members if you have connected team plan, Flutterflow team plan. So right here you have, for example, for functions you have function code, OpenAI codex. This is for this is artificial intelligence that can create a function code if you uh, type here some parameters. So for example, I needed a function that how to say, that converts string into a user doc reference. So this sound a little bit complicated, but I made it using this artificial intelligence, and that's it. So the next thing, you can test your function to see how it works, and this is, I think, everything that I can explain at this stage, because you have the same things in custom widgets or custom actions. I will not explain you how to set up your functions or widget, because it doesn't make sense at this stage. This is basically it with interface of custom code.
Of Flutterflow become expert, and what we have to do right now is to create a new project. So our project is gonna be tourmage and create blank. So here he's asking us to connect Firebase. At the moment we don't need to connect Firebase. We will do it later on in the course when we will need it, when we will start testing our app. Alright, so we just press skip and we have that kind of page here. So first of all, your main homework is going to be to understand all the elements here and what they do. So you will understand that what you will need in the future. You will see, okay, like I have a batch widget here, for example, right? And I know what that batch widget does. You know, there's a barcode and drawer, and what these widgets they do, you have to understand. If you want me to show you how to use them and what each widget does, it's going to take a lot of time, and you don't have this time, and we need to finish that course as soon as possible. First of all, it's not like I'm rushing to finish that course, but I want you to play with the widgets by yourself, all right? And there's nothing like special with the widgets here. Everything is written here, and the only thing is like how to use them, right? And this is how you learn Flutterflow, or you learn new things by testing them, what they do and so on. So we're not gonna stack on it. And the main thing, on the main screen, you have, like in the beginning, you always have a column and you have an app bar. Let's delete it, right? And it must be like clean page for you. What I will show you is that if you go to settings and you see a theme, you can use both themes like light mode and dark mode. We turn off dark mode because it's gonna like make some problems for us, so we don't need it. And if you go down, you see like style fonts. So what we need to do here is like title 1, we make it black. Title 2, we make it bold. 3 is gonna be semi-bold. Medium is gonna be, we keep it subtitle 1 is gonna be medium, subtitle 2 normal, body text 1 normal, and body text 2 is gonna be like light. All right, we can keep the spacing as it is. Colors, we can keep it. The only thing I like to change is the font family to Roboto. This is the best one I like in Flutterflow. All right. Next thing, what we need is to turn on navbar. We'll need it like in the future as well. Just turn it on right now. And the header, this one, yeah, here, add app bar on new page, we turn off. Elevation, we make it 0, and background color is going to be our primary background. Arrow is going to be our black arrow. We can use primary text, or we can just simply use like any dark color here. And the text itself, text color, also here we have like this color and we use it. And text style, let's make it subtitle 2, and the color dark one, and font size 18 is gonna be enough for us. And we see that the color is fine, everything's fine. We go back, let's test our, yep, here it is, it's working, nice. So we delete it. We have an arrow, let's see, it's saying like navbar requires at least 2 pages, no problem, we'll make them, we don't need it right now. And the home page, we can rename the home page at the right side if we click here, or on the like empty space here, we just click here, home page, we'll make it like onboarding page. All right. Save area we can turn off. So these features here, you know, if you click on the onboarding page or in the tree widget tree, you can click here and turn off the save area, and the rest of it we can leave it. Go to widgets, and the first widget we need to use is page view widget. We just drop it here, we see an image here, we can delete it, and right now we can post here anything we want to. Like for example, we need a column, we need an image, and let's first text and second text and a button. All right, so if I click here, I choose a column. If I click here on the green button here, column, I can see placeholder, I can see page view and onboarding. So we need a page view at the moment, and we see the properties of page view at the right side. So the width is going to be infinitive. If we click here, it's going to be automatically infinitive. For example, I make it 12, I click here, it becomes infinitive, and height also infinity. Done. See, right now the whole page view take the whole space here. And then we have like margin, we just click here and it becomes like nothing, default one, and we don't have no more like any space, free space here. Allow swipe scrolling, we can allow it, we can turn it off. I'd like to turn it off because I'm gonna show you other things. Show indicator, we keep the indicator. These things we don't need to set anything, it's gonna be in the future if we will need them, but you will understand how to use it. So yeah, and the rest is fine. So what we do right now, you go to column, we take a page view, we take an image, and we need to set up a size of an image. We can do it here if you're like pixel perfect and you have a Figma to work on, and there's like perfect pixels, like there's asking you to have like 156 pixels, you know, and for width and for height you need like 250. Cool, you can make it. And also we can use it here if you're just playing around with it, you just can make it like that one, you know, whatever you want. Yeah, then we have border radius. Automatically it's like locked, so whenever I write anything here, it duplicates everywhere. If I turn it off and I want this one to be 60, only here I can change it. Okay, so it's gonna be like 12. And the box fit image inside of here, if I click on box fit like this, you see like how it's changing. And yeah, so make it expandable. If I turn it off, by clicking onto the image, it's gonna be like expandable. On the whole screen you will see only image, we don't need that. And here animation, also in the future I'm gonna show how to use that. So yeah, we take the first text, it's gonna be our title. It's like welcome to tour match, right? And the theme I can change it here, welcome to tour match. Let it be like primary color, and another text is gonna be like some information. It's gonna be like subtitle too, and we write here tour match is an app where you can set dates in different countries and cities. So we have a text right now, you go down, there's a text align, we make it align center, and the button we change it to next. Next means like it's gonna scroll to the next page. So we take column, all right? So we have like axis alignment and main axis alignment and cross axis alignment. cross X alignment, if you click here, you see what's happening, you know, like you can use anything you want here. And for the main X alignment, it's gonna be vertical alignment in the middle, in the end, the same size. Also like what's that? Space around and space between. So everything has like same padding from each other. So what I'm gonna use like start and one more widget I'm gonna add. So I take column, I click here and write space. I add a space. So I duplicate the space, I take one space and I want to put it over here, and duplicate one more space, and I wanted to put like here between the button and the text here, right? And we take this text, the middle text, because we want to add padding from this image and the text below. So from the image I'm gonna write 24, and for the text below it's gonna be like 12. Done. So we take the button and we add an action. Action means like what's gonna happen if I click on that button. So I add an action, and the action we need is control page view and make it page view and next page. If I open it, I can go previous page, next page, the right first page, and the last page. So we need like next page. Cool. From here we just take a column, control copy column, command copy if you're on Mac, and if you're on Windows it's gonna be control C. We go to the next page, we delete this image, paste another one, paste the column we copied, and the third page view, the same thing, we just control V and everything is pasted here. But here what we need to do, we need to duplicate control D the button. Let's add padding to one button. So we have two buttons right now. One button gonna say sign in, another button gonna say sign up, right? And we can change like a color here. I'm gonna use text color, it's gonna be primary, and fill color is gonna be primary background, and border color is gonna be like primary color. So we can like see the difference right now, where to click and so on. Then we go to page selector and we add one more page. The name of the page is gonna be sign in page. So we create it, we can just drag and drop into the folder. So here we need to go this way, like we take an image, the image gonna be our logo. We say like 250 and 250, let be that way. Then we scroll down, we take the text field, what you're gonna write, like your email, you can write mail here, and password, we duplicate it, that will be two fields. Then we're gonna add a button to sign in, we change the text. Also what we need is to add a row under the button, and the row is gonna have like reset password, and we duplicate that text, and another one gonna say don't have account yet. Yeah. So if we take a column, what I like to do with columns, always in cross-axis alignment, I like to stretch the column. So it's gonna be like this one. This is fine for me, because I want this button to be like full stretched. And then we add a spacer. So we added a spacer. We go to widget tree and we choose a column, and we want to add one more row. In that row we make the main axis alignment is gonna be spaced evenly, like the same as here, it's also a space evenly, right? And we add rich text. So rich text is gonna say read our read our, and I have a space here, add text, another one. This one's gonna be terms and conditions. So in rich text, what we can do, we can press here and we can make some styling to terms and conditions. For terms and conditions, I want styling primary color, and I think that's it. That's gonna be enough for it. So as you can see, it's not like so beautiful. So the same thing, we take an image, add like border radius 12, and if you want this image to be like aligned in the middle, like it was before in the beginning when I started putting the widgets here, we can go to horizontal alignment and vertical alignment, just make it 0 both. That's cool. So we go for the text field right now, and for the text field we say in the hint text, say enter your email. For the input border type, I like to use outline always. This is just what I prefer. For the border color, we can use like we have line color here in custom colors. It's like default setup of Flutterflow projects. Focus border, it means when you click here, when you start typing something here, you can choose focus border and make it secondary. And error border, if you made a mistake, it's gonna be like alternate, the red one. Border width, make it 1, and border radius also 12. So dense means it's gonna be like smaller, you know, like depends on the design. We're not gonna make it. Autofocus, it means when you open the page, you're gonna be focused on that field in the beginning, but all the fields, they have automatically autofocus, so we just turn it off. All right, and the rest of things we're gonna go next later. So the only thing like keyboard type, choose email address, that's it. So for the second text field, the same properties, outline, border color, line color, focus border, secondary color, and error border, alternate, border width 1, and border radius 12. So this is all done. What we need to do, we need to add paddings. For text field paddings on the top 24, at the bottom 6. For the sign in button on the top, it's going to be 12, on the bottom 6 as well. And if we click on the display device, we see how it's going to look like on the device. So if we turn on the save area, you see like everything is like there's no space, so we turn on, right? And we take column and we add padding column 24 from left and right sides, so it's not going to be like from one to another end, so it's going to look much better. And we go back onto onboarding page. For the sign in one, we make an action, like we can just delete that action and add new action. And we have navigation, navigate to sign in page. Allow navigation back, we turn it off. Okay, so I'm gonna build very fast sign up page the same way as it was built here. I just can copy it and create a new page. Sign up page, create page. Do that account here and just paste everything here. And for the sign in, just make it sign up. This one's better to use space between. It's gonna look much better. Same here. Yep. So we're pressing sign up. Here this one we change the account already, and we add an action to this one to navigate to sign in page. Allow navigation back. Don't have account yet. Navigate to sign up page. Here we can turn off the allow navigation back. We don't need that one. Where's the password? We can delete it. And for this row, just make it main alignment end. So it's gonna be the right side. And what we forgot is to change the hint text here. It's gonna be like our enter password. Plus, we need to go down and turn on the password field, right? So we go to sign up page. Same thing here, enter password and turn on the toggle button, password field. Cool. So what's next from here? We can start building our logic, like simple logic, no problem. But before we start doing it, once you sign up, you see we have only email and password. If we go to the Firestore and create collection, let's call it users. Once you call your collection users or user, it's gonna ask you to create pre-populated with default user fields. So we click on yes and we have like default fields. All the fields that are here, they're mandatory. You cannot like delete a phone number, right? So we go to UI builder and open the sign up page, click on the sign up, add an action, Firebase authentication, create account. Our provider is going to be email, email field text 1, and password field 1. We don't need to confirm. We can make confirmation, but at the moment we don't need it. And set fields. So we have only one field, which is email, right? So we can easily just from variable, we can choose the text field from here, or just click it here on the screen, right? Okay, but always remember that you have other fields here, like display name, photo URL, UID, created time, phone number, and that's it. So UID, you never need to do anything with UID. Firebase generates your UID automatically, so we always remove it. For display name, in a specific field, we don't change it to variable or anything else. We write new user. You can write whatever you want here, like seriously whatever you want, it's not a big deal. For the photo URL, we need, let's for example take this image, copy that path, and for the photo URL we just into value we place that value here. So what it does, once the user registers, he does not have an image, all right, and this is gonna cause an error. So what we did, we gave him an image, because Flutter is using null safety. It means if there's no information, it's gonna break your app in the future. So always keep that values like with something. You cannot just keep it. Create a time, we take global properties and current time, and we have current time, and the phone number we just write 000. Let it be like 3 zeros. Okay, so let's check what we have here. This one is working on tab sign up page. Terms and conditions we keep it that way, and the rest one is cool. So we go back to sign in page. In the sign in page we click on the sign in, and we add an action, Firebase authentication, and click on login. Email field text field 1, password field text field 1. You don't need to do anything else here, as long as you're just building a simple app. At the moment we're building an app that is simple. You sign in, you go to home page. So once you click on the sign in button, it goes through your email and text field, and if the data is correct and the data is in the database, then automatically you go to home page, right? Sorry, home page, create page. No, you get here once you click on the sign in button. Same thing as sign up page. You click here, you go to home page, right? So we need to fix some issues here. See, like we have a lot of issues. We go to settings, we go to Firebase. We don't need Firebase right now. We go to authentication, turn on authentication. Entry page is going to be our onboarding page, and logged in page is going to be our home page. Entry page means when new user downloads the app, what page we must show him. We must show him onboarding page, so he can understand what the app is about. And for the login page, we show him home page. So once he log in or sign up, he goes to home page. Go to onboarding page, and we forgot to see we have sign in, and for the sign up we have nothing. It has like action 1, so we click here and navigate to sign up page. No navigation back. Done. Go to sign up page. Here we need to add navigate back. Yep, plugin. So create new account. Video, we manage everything. And the only thing I have created is create profile information page. This is a clean page. I have nothing there. I deleted the column, and so we put the column back. What we need to do here right now, we need to help user to fill up his information, because once he creates the account, let's go to sign up page and make this one work. We click on open, in actions, and we add an action that's saying navigate to create profile information page. Alright, so allow navigation back, we turn off, ignore redirects, turn on. What does this button do? It does not allow to navigate after registration, to navigate to home page, because the user does not have any information about himself. So we must make him to create that information. Alright, so we just ignore redirects, close, and go to create profile information page. First, what we have is that the user, let's put that one and make it extension turn off. We have to shrink wrap and primary turn on the primary and extension. So here you have like 4 images, like that one. And then we have a button to upload images. After that we have a text field, create your username, and let's say we need to tell him that enter your phone number, and one more button, continue. Right, so first of all we take a column and give a padding 24 to 24 on the right side and the left side. On the upload image we can add an action to upload media. Upload type, we want to choose Firebase, allow photo, right, we don't need videos. Media source, okay, if you want to upload multiple images, see I click here and I cannot do anything, so you choose gallery, and then we can turn on the multiple images, quality image less than 50, so it's going to wait less, and show snake bar, it's going to show you once your videos are uploaded, right? And into the grid view, we just send one image and give the border radius 12 to the image, and next we take the grid view and we go to generate dynamic children, and variable name is going to be uploaded images, max items 4, and from here we need to choose the button upload image and continue, confirm, okay, done. We have 4 images here, so we take an image, go to the path, so here you have an icon and uploaded images item and confirm. All right, so done. Once we upload image, it's gonna show here. The only problem right now is that here we told him that maximum items is 4, right? And here we can upload as many as we want. So what we're gonna do right now, we open action and say add conditions, single condition. First value is gonna be upload widget state, uploaded file URLs, a number of items, confirm, equal to 4, confirm. So if it's 4 items, we say we just terminate. So if it's items, okay, we need to change something. Less than or equal to 4. So if it's true, nothing happens, just upload me the images. If it's false, add an action, and we tell him to show us a message alert dialog. Title is gonna be error, only 4 images allowed, and okay. And then we say add terminate. So here we don't need to terminate an action, sorry, we delete that one. So yeah, because he needs to continue the uploading images. Another problem is that once we get to that page, the page is broken. Why? Because we don't have these images. We are showing these images, but we don't have any images here. It's kind of like it's gonna show the page will try to show you something what you don't have. So before uploading images, we set the condition visibility, conditions, single condition, first value, widget state, uploaded file URLs, number of items, confirm, greater than specific value 0. So if it's more than 0, show me this widget. If it's 0, then you don't show anything to me, and click on confirm. All right, So once we get to that page, nothing gonna happen right now because we hide that image, because this image does not have anything. Let's go to text field and just very quickly give it the styles. Outline, border color, that one, focus color, that one, error, that one, border radius 1. So we gave him a design, so right now let's go for some paddings. Done. So we didn't do. So done. We finished. What we do right now, we just click on continue, add an action, fire store, update document, and we need to update authenticated user reference. So we need to update him, the user who just logged in, signed up, and create time we can delete it, phone number we keep it, UID we delete it, photo URL we keep it, and display name we keep it, email we don't need. So one more thing we need, as you can see, we have a grid view. We have like 4 images, right? But if we go to the collections and we have only 1 image, we can give 1 string, 1 URL. Oh, I'm showing the phone number, yeah, it's here. Photo URL, image path, only 1. We need like more than 1. So my images, we are creating new schema. So isList, make it true, and photo path, done. Right now you see that it is a list of images, and we confirm it. So we go back, click on continue, add a field, open this email field, and choose my images, list update type, set value. So if you add to set, so you add 1 image by 1, but we have 4 images at the same time, so we need to set value, uploaded photo video URL, right? Done. And we open the action flow and say that you need to do is navigate to home page. So first you update my information, then you go to home page, and allow back navigation, turn it off. What we forgot is that, let's open the action flow, go to backend call. We have a photo URL. We forgot everything, guys. Seriously. So we take from variable and widget state, text field 1, and phone number is gonna be widget state text field 2. We did my images, but we didn't do my image. So let's go here, and I want to have an image here. All right, so there are some errors. Okay, so I want this image to be the first one. I'm gonna go 12 padding, and let's give it like that size, and padding 12. And of course we need to set up this image like from here. The first image that's gonna be uploaded must be shown here as well. So what we do, we take path, we click on here, and widget state uploaded file URLs, available option, we choose item at index. We can choose the specific index and make the value 0. So in the coding process, there's always, the first item is always 0, and then it goes 1, 2, 3. So if it's index 0, yeah, so this one gonna be like your image. Another thing, you remember that we did like conditional visibility here, right? If it's less than 0 or more than 0, then show me. And here we don't have anything. So what we're gonna do here, we just, let's create an open new tab and find upload image. Go to images and see what kind of you want to use, what kind of image. No, I don't need that one. Let's say default image. Yep, we can use that one. Click here and copy address URL of the image, right? And we paste it, default variable value, we paste that here, and done. The same thing, of course, we can do here, clicking on that image and default value like that one. Let's build this way. We are not gonna turn off this one. Go to action flow, we open photo URL, and right now we need to update our photo URL because we didn't do it yet. So we can take widget state, uploaded file URLs list string. Right now it's gonna ask me what kind of item I want to show as my profile image. So I choose item at index. I can choose first one or last one or give it a specific index. So let me choose the first one that is uploaded and confirm. So let me also as well take that link here, right? Go to continue and take my photo URL. Here I have a default variable value. So if my image will not upload and there will be some kind of problem, error, or anything else, I will have that demo default image, because if I don't have it, I will have a error in the future. Alright guys, so right now we need to do the home page, the page where we're gonna have the list of anything, the list of our posts, and I'm gonna do it very quickly for you, and if anything I'm gonna stop it and explain what's happening here. So right now we are choosing this Viable stack and adding backend query collection, users, list of documents. We can exclude current user, and the rest is not important at the moment, but later we're gonna come back to it and confirm. So now we have the list of users showing up. We are choosing page view because the user, he has more than one photos, like 4 photos, right? So we choose the page view, we go to generate dynamic children, users images, give it a name, choose users document, my images, confirm, okay. Taking image, and in the path we set user images item, confirm. So yeah, I'm leaving this blank, it's not the best thing to do. Let's see if we have any. We don't have blank image default. Let's choose anything, like let's choose that one. Let's download it. And upload it here. Click on it. Here we have a link. Yep, done. What we also can do, we can take this tag, wrap it into a container, and give it border 24, and give it a box shadow. Yep, so it's gonna look better. So this one requires navbar. Let's give it a navbar, and let's put it like heart, for example. Couples, we name it couples, so this homepage is gonna be like couples page, so we're looking for couples. And another one, I want to name it page is gonna be location page. What we need to do is to create some components. For example, when we're gonna be on the matching page, for example, if we got a match with that user here, we want to show that, hey, there's a match, right? And there are different ways to do so. One of them is creating a component, which is the most easier one. It's gonna take time, and it's not gonna be like so nice and beautiful. We can use animations, but not like important for the MVP we are building right now. So let's go to components here and create a component, make it create blank, match component, create component, and we can easily let's choose iPhone 13 mini because we want to see how the exact sizes we need to use. So what we do, we go to UI builder, take container, place container here, and we can give it some like dark color with some transparency, and also one more container inside that container. So right now you can see that the whole container is taking the whole place while the size of it is 100 to 100. So what we need to do, go to horizontal alignment and vertical alignment, make it like 0. And now we can just stretch it here. For the width, just make it 100% and give it padding 25-25. And somehow like this one. Yep. Border radius is gonna be like 25. And then we take a column, place it here, take a text, make it this is a match. Let's choose title 2 and the color something like that maybe. No, it's cannot see properly. Let's choose primary color. Also, of course, we can easily take a stack, put a stack inside here, and the height, let it be 200, it's fine, and width infinitive. And let's make it a little bit beautiful. So take a container, place container inside here, make container circle, and give it fill color, let it be like white, border color, let it be, let's use primary text for now. Maybe we will change it later on. Box shadow, let's see, yep, we can see this, and place an image here. So for that image also give it horizontal alignment and vertical alignment 0, and the width make it 100. I think even 80. Yep, and then okay, let's take container and remove the border color, just make it, yep. Okay, this one we can make it as a different component. Why? Because it's gonna be easier for us to play around with it in the future, because we're gonna have like 2 of them. And also what I want to add, I want to wrap this container, or not even the container, this image inside of it. I wrap it with transform and rotate it to 45, what is 170 to 40. Oops, transform, rotate to 40 to 70. Yeah, like 320. And go to widget tree, take this container and make it a different component. Match user. Cool. So in this component we need to add an image, like in component parameters, just click it a plus, state field is gonna be image, and our initial image, let's choose it, that one, and confirm. So click on the image itself, make a path, we need to make a component parameter, not the component state. So it's gonna be like image, confirm, same, yes, and we can delete this one. And then we go back, not here, to the components, match component, so okay, so in the container as well we have to delete the horizontal and vertical alignment in order to put it here. So right now we can easily like move it around. So we want to make it like this beautiful, something like that one, horizontal, vertical 0, and also here 0. Yeah, 7. Okay, and then we can add a button, make a button send a message, release 180, height 8. Yeah, I think this is perfect at the moment, and we can change to 30. Yeah, so right now what we can do as well, we're gonna set these things later on. We can add some animations as you want. So we take match user, add animation, on page load, slide. So initial position is minus and final position 0. For the another one, add animation slide, initial position 100 and final 0. We can preview all, so you see, right? And also we can make it 100 0 and here minus 0. Let's preview. Yep, this is how it's gonna look. And duration, let's make it 100, 1002 and 1002. Yeah, nice. So this is the animation things, and that one I want to, this is a match, and change the color to kind of like reddish, and the button also change the color to reddish. Nice. All right, so building a logic, we go to users. There are different ways of doing it, and before we start doing it we have to understand what we need to do, how the logic will work. So for example, if I click here, what's gonna happen, and if I click here, what's gonna happen, correct? So if I click here, it means I like the person. So users I like, we'll make it is a list, document reference, users. Okay, users I dislike, also list of documents, document reference, users. So by clicking here, let's make an action. We do update document, users document, or even authenticated user, authenticated user, sorry, user reference, and confirm. So on this button we set a field, users I like, add to set, users document, and the reference, confirm. So on that button I add an action, update document, we update authenticated user, user reference, set a field, users I dislike, add to set, and we take the information from users document and reference, confirm. So also let's add an action, and this action must do the swipe stack trigger right swipe if we like it to the right. If we dislike it, we swipe it to the right, to the left. Okay. So right now we need to trigger our component if we see that there is a match. So how we do it? We go to the action, and after swipeable stack, add condition, we use single condition. So we take a look at the user's document and see if this user likes authenticated user, who is me. Okay, if in the list of these users I like, it has the same ID number that I have, so authenticated user has, then so if it's equal to true, confirm, then we call a bottom sheet, show match component, we'll make it 100%, background color is like transparency, and barrier color also let it be transparency. It's like gonna be non-dismissible, and if it's a false, we don't do anything, right? We can terminate an actions, but right now we don't do it. So we don't do anything if it's a false, and close it. So what we have to do right now, so if we see that we are matching this component, so we need to pass a parameter of users. For example, this page, it does not have anything, right? We need to tell him that, listen, once they're matched with each other, I want you to get their profile images. So for the user, for me, who is the authenticated user, right? Here we can pass a parameter like authenticated, not passing parameter, just setting the image of me, photo URL, and if it's empty, I just pass that image here, default image, and this guy, he needs to get a parameter, so we add a parameter which is user I like. We take a document int users, confirm. This is not a local component state variable, this is like component parameter, remember. So match a user. Here we get the parameter and give it a photo URL, and the same for the default variable value. So done. So we have these parameters here. So if we go back to the couples page, we see what's happening here. So once we created a parameter there, we got a new button here, pass. So we need to pass a parameter user I like, and we take this parameter, this information from the user's document here, confirm. This one we just can, let's do like just copy it, so it's gonna be faster for us. Go to location, delete the column here and paste what's been here. And same thing, we need to show on navbar, write it location, and the icon is gonna be pin. Let's choose that one. Yeah, and else what we need to use is create a collection locations. So it's gonna be city, country, description, and we can use let long, but let's use let long anyway. Images, we need list of images, and that's it. So we go back in here, the swipe stack, we change the backend query to locations, confirm, that's it. So right, also we need to change the page view. Just choose images, confirm, and the same thing for the image inside. It's set already. All right, so let's go to couples page, choose an image. Image is done. Let's go for the name, user's document, display name. So we didn't set where he is from, so we go back to the users, city, let's add a city, and country. So here we click on that set from variable, combine text. First text gonna be our city, add text, make comma, and press space. Also there must be a space, and then we show the country, confirm, and this one is about text, about me, and done. We go for location, same for the text. Here I think we don't need text, we need only country and city. So combine text, first one is gonna be our city, comma, space, and country, confirm. So this one's gonna be our description, and this is fine. So next thing, we need to go to the registration page, create profile page. Here we need to add his this one's gonna be about me. Max lines, we can make it 2 or 3, minimum line 1, and the column we set as scrollable. And also let's duplicate it. Okay, so we duplicate it, and here we need to write down the city. Enter your city. One more. Enter your country. Let's take the last button and give the padding to the last button 50. So when we scroll, we have like a space here. And also click on continue and add an action, like we need about me, widget state, about me, text field 3. So create time we change to city from variable, widget state, enter your city, and that city we change to country from variable, widget state, enter your country. That's it. Let's create a folder, main pages, create a folder and move these pages to this folder and that folder inside the folder main pages. And I did that behind the scene. Why? Because I want you to do it on yourself, by yourself. We faced some issues. Over here you got a bug about the page view. It is saying that you need to create the components and so on. I did it, but I didn't show it because it took quite a long time, and it is, for now, it is very hard to explain why this is the way, like how you should build everything and so on. And it's like, so yeah, you have a bug here about the page view. I removed it because what I did, if you go to widget tree, right now I have only a container, a stack, and image. And the list of images, I put it here, all right, with the generating children from variable. The image here, it's the profile image, all right, and the rest of it is like the same as here. If it's like backend call update document, if list contains my ID number of authenticated user. If it's true, then show the match component and swipe, and if it's false, just swipe, right? And the same thing for the dislike, just swipe it, update and swipe. Okay, for the, so the same thing here, it's just updating and swiping. And if you see, I have only one action. Let me add swipe stack to the left if it's dislike, and it is to the right if it's like. Yep. So this is kind of like your small homework that you need to solve on your own to rebuild it. Why I'm doing it? First of all, it will be very hard for you to manage the page view. If you can do it, if you understand how to do it, great, awesome, you can do it. But for the others, it's gonna be tough to fix it. So just change it to the single image, and in a row put a list of images. That's it. What we're going to do right now, we create a new folder. Name it create new items, create folder. For the users, yes, we can create different accounts. That's not a big deal, that's cool. But for locations, we gotta be an admin to create those locations. So we create a new page, name it new location, and I'm gonna speed up right now. So I'm gonna speed it up right now because it is the same thing as before. If there will be any mandatory things where I will need to explain you, I will do so. So we need a widget place speaker. Okay, display speaker. We're gonna give 24 and 24 padding to the column and 12 padding to the widget itself. So we take a place speaker widget and can style it a little bit. This widget will help us to easily create different locations. All right. So we drop down text field. We give this text field a border, focus border, border width, and border radius 12. And underline, I'll change it to outline and just copy it. This one's gonna be our city and country. Let's duplicate it, and that one gonna be our description. Here we can make max lines 5, min lines we're gonna keep it 0, like no, and turn off the autofocus, and add button, create 24, and to the column we give a scroll. So right now we have a select location. By pressing the select location, we easily can enter city, country here. For example, what you're gonna do for initial value, we take widget state and choose place speaker value. This is gonna be our city, and for text field we're gonna make it widget state place speaker value and country, confirm. And description, we make this description by ourselves. On the create button, add an action, Firestore, create document, locations, and add locations here. Oh, by the way, yeah, we need also images. Let's see what we have in locations. Images, it's a list of images, so we will need to place here a row and an image. This image is going to have border radius 12. To the row itself we're going to add 12 padding, and we're going to add one more button that's going to say upload images, and padding to the bottom is 6, 48. Let's give it some style, primary background. For the fill color, for the text color, going to be primary color, and for the border radius, going to be also primary color. So it's looking better right now. And let's add an icon, upload, let's be 12. So by clicking on the button, we are adding an action, upload media, upload save photo video, upload type Firebase, image quality, let's make it 50 so we don't take a lot of space, show snap bear when it's done uploading, and media source is going to be only gallery to have an opportunity to allow multiple images, and done. In a row we just generate dynamic children's uploaded images of location, and for the variable we set widget state and uploaded file URLs, or just click here, confirm, confirm, okay. So let's give it padding 12 and take a row. To the row we need to give function scrollable, so we can scroll it. And for the image, by clicking here to set a variable, upload images of location item and confirm. So as I mentioned before, if we're gonna keep it this way, the app's gonna break, because I'm repeating, when you open this page, it requires it wants to show you images that are not there, which cause a bug, an issue, an error. So what we do, while we don't have anything here, we set conditional visibility, or we can show empty widget list, and we can show something like here, a component. We go to page selector, choose components, create a new component. Oops, create a blank, empty items, and let's add container here. This container is going to have width 100%, fill color is primary color, and add text here. Give this text horizontal element, vertical element 00, and no items found. 24 font size, and light text color is going to be like secondary. That's cool this way. So we go back to the locations, and in this row, which is a component, empty items, and center component, let's view in UI builder. That's how it's gonna look like. Right, we can change it easily just by going back to the page selector, open components, empty items, and write upload images. If you don't want to change this text here every time when you go into, and if you use this component in different pages, what you can do, you can create a component parameter. Let's add a parameter, name it text, and the type is going to be string as a text. For text, confirm. Take this text and give it a variable. Here you see like a new component, choose text. All right, so once we go back, we see that here's our parameter, and we can pass a parameter, say it, upload images. So we can use this one anywhere we want to right now, right? So, and on the create button, we see city from variable. We can take it from this select location button, city. Country is gonna be also from select location. Choose country. Description is gonna be from description. Latitude, longitude is gonna be from select location, and choose let long. And images, set value from variable, uploaded images, confirm. So if we open an action editor, what we see here, we see that this action says like, hey man, all you have here is just one action that creates a document. The second action must be navigate back or navigate to, right? So at the moment we're gonna make it navigate back and close it. So right now we have to make on main page, on the main page, for example, location page, let's add a fab button, right? So here it is, and give it an, also paste an icon here, make it white, add. So and give it an action, navigate to new location, right? Allow back navigation, cool. Right now we need to create pages for location, like detail pages, and for users as well. So for example, we can click on their display name and we can read more about this person, right? This page includes information of the user that we have here, right? So by clicking on his name or wherever you want to, we can click on anything here, on his image, you can decide. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on his name. I'm gonna navigate from this page to profile user page, and I need to pass parameters so this page will understand that it needs to show the information of the user we clicked on the couples page. All right, for this we need to make a parameter. We're gonna call it, for example, user. You can call it however you like to, and give it a type of document, and collection type is gonna be taken from users, and confirm. So by opening widget tree, let's click on image, and the image will show here from the set of variable. We see available options as users, and let's say it's gonna be photo URL, confirm. And in the row with that image here, we're gonna pass user images, and also select the variable set user, and gonna be my images, confirm. All right, and let's give to this image a size of 45 and 45, and in a row we're gonna give main axis alignment space between, or like whatever you want to. By clicking on image, we need to set up variable here, user images item, and confirm. Okay, the first text gonna be his display name, user display name. The second one is gonna be city and country he's from, and we're gonna do it from the combined text. Text 1 is gonna be user city, confirm, add text, comma, text 3 user country, confirm, and the last text gonna be about me, confirm. Done. What we also can do here is make two buttons, like and dislike, and it's gonna be a little bit later, or if you can do it on your own. Also, what we need to do here, let's click on image, go down, we have use hero animation turned on. Okay, and going back to couples page, on the display name we are passing parameter. First of all, we are passing a parameter, users document, confirm, and opening widget tree, we are taking the image, scrolling down, use hero animation. Marketplace page, we need marketplace page to add payment with Stripe. I'm gonna explain you right now the difference between Stripe payment and RevenueCat. We use Stripe payment when we want to pay for services or some items, physical items. RevenueCat we use when we want to make a subscription, monthly, 6-month subscription, or yearly subscription. For the Stripe, I want to build very quickly a page where we can easily sell some items, and for our project we're gonna sell merchandise of our app. I got this image from the web, just googled it. There are gonna be different types of t-shirts. So how we're gonna sell it? So buy our t-shirt, it's gonna be like title 3, choose your favorite color, and in a row we can we can place colors that we are selling. So for example, if we take a container, give the height like 30 and it's gonna be like 50, and let's just use primary color, give it some design like border radius 12, and what I want to do here, we're gonna make this container reusable, so we're gonna make it as a component, container color, because I don't want I don't want to like just always stay here and change like colors, designs, and so on. So we're gonna use one container and give him a parameter color, and here's parameter color. So default parameter value is gonna be, let's let it be black. Confirm. We choose that container here. Okay, if you don't see it, it's like here. And in fill color we set a variable. Here we got a parameter color, and we go to that page. So right now we see like same colors, right? And for each container we can give different colors. Okay, so by clicking on each container, we want to say to the page that we have chosen this kind of color. Each page it has like local page state variable where you can add for example color of t-shirt, and type is gonna be color. Initial value, let it be black. Confirm. So if we click on this container, let's give it an action. Find update page state, set fields, color, and set value. Value is gonna be primary. So let's copy this one and give the same action to each container. But change the color. Secondary. And also we need to add a price for that t-shirt. Let it be $29.99 US, and add a button. Buy now. Take this button, add an action to the button. Let's find Stripe payment. Here it is. It's done. And we go to the settings and Stripe. So here we can enable Stripe. Ease production is off. Your publishable key, secret key, everything is in your Stripe. So in developers settings, turn on the test mode. API keys, here we got like publishable key and secret key. It's a test mode, so just place your publishable key here and your secret key. Merchant display name is gonna be tour match, country code US. So we place our publishable key and secret key, then we go to the setting, to the errors. Here is asking for a stripe action. We go here. So amount 29.99 USD. Customer email is gonna be authenticated user email. Customer name, same authenticated user display name. Description of the item is gonna be like the t-shirt. We can allow Google Pay and Apple Pay here. Payment sheet theme, it's like light theme or dark theme. Let's be system default. Primary button color is primary, and button text color is white. Here we got an error that's saying that we need Apple Pay. We need to specify the Apple merchant ID. We need to turn off our Apple Pay because we don't have Apple merchant ID at the moment. Our next page is gonna be detailed page of the location, where we're gonna include the map as well. So we create a page, and, create a blank location detail page, create page. Same thing, we're gonna put a bar here, and let's go creating the page itself. So the same as before, we need to pass a parameter. Gonna be named location, and type is document, collection type locations, confirm. And same as before, we set variables, location, images, item at index first. Then for the row, we're placing images of location, images, confirm, and confirm. So here for the image, we are setting a parameter from images of location item, confirm. And in the row, let's make a main X alignment, space between. For the hello world, the title one, big one, we combine the text. First one is gonna be our city, adding a text, comma, space, and text number 3 is gonna be our country, confirm. And the body text is gonna be location and description, confirm. For the Google Map, number of markers gonna be single, and marker type document is like location, confirm. Here we can change the types, colors, and so on. We can disallow the interaction and show user location turn off, center map on marker tab, yes. And for the page title, what we can do, we can place a text here as a set of variables and city, confirm. And if you go back to the location page by clicking on a text, let's add an action, navigate to location detail page, and passing a parameter, location document confirm, and done. A chat. So there are very easy option is to get your pro account and you will get access to the chat. This is the easiest way and the best way, because building a chat, it is taking time in the logic of creating this kind of like chat they have here. So we can use my theme, chat page, create a page, and it is asking you already to create chats and chat messages. Press OK. Create a new page. Also find the chat. All chat pages. Use my theme. All chat page. All chats page. Create a page. Done. So let's see how it's working here. On the action, everything is set up correctly. You don't need to do anything here. So your chat is done. But if we want, let's go to couples page and we want to add here a button that's gonna say like chat with me, yeah, or anything, like just an icon with a, let's just duplicate that one, make it a primary color, icon, chat. Yep, and the action, I'm gonna delete everything, add an action, navigate to chat page and pass the parameter chat user. It's gonna be the users and document, confirm and close it. So done. By pressing here, we are going to the chat page with that person. Here we had an error. So this is like adding a chat. This is not going to be in this course where we're gonna work on the group chat. So we're gonna delete that icon here. Then the chat user is going to be display name, confirm. Again, what's the problem with that one? Let's remove and chat user, display, confirm. Boolean property. Yeah, we just deleted. There's again Boolean property. Let's delete it for now. There's the stack. Yep. Just delete everything. Chat page. Anything else here? Document property not properly set in chat preview. Okay, and right now I would like to show you how to use action outputs. What is action output exactly? When you create, for example, we create a location, and usually what we used to do before, we used to go back to the list of items, and from there we can open the new item that is created. But right now we're gonna go to new location. For example, here's the location we have, and on the create button we are adding here action output variable name. This is going to be new location, and close it. So right now we need to create the new location page. For example, we create a page, detail page created, and we add a parameter here, adding a parameter location, name it however you want to, and set the document collection type locations, confirm. And we are going to back to the new location. Yeah, we are going back to the new location. On the create button, we change navigate back to navigate to location detail page. We can disallow navigation back and pass the parameter which is in our action outputs new location, and close it. So once we create a location, it sends us to the detail location page with the details of a new location. So we can very quickly make a design of the page. So first of all, we can add the app bar, and on the icon we tell him to navigate back, navigate to location failure as well, navigate back, and here we can give it a name from the location detail. We name it like basic name, for example. Yep. Then easily just drop here an image, make it stretch image, and the path is going to be like location detail images, item at index, let it be the first item at index, confirm. Then we are putting the text here. Let's make it title 1 and make it combine text, location detail city, confirm, add text, comma, space, and text 3 is going to be country, confirm. Then we are adding detail page or details description. What else do we have there? Let long images and reference. So this is going to be enough for now, and give it like a 24 and 24 padding. For the border, let's make it 12. And this is it for the action output information. To create an edit location page, so we take the new location page and duplicate it and just rename it to edit location page. Alright, let's move to create new items, let it be here. So what do we have to do right now? We have to set a parameter for that page. Let's add a parameter, name it location. Type is going to be document and locations. Confirm. So right now we go to text field. This is a very interesting lesson. We're going to use if, else, and then. So let's go, like, for example, we can delete that one and start from the beginning. So condition value if, then, else, click here. So if if we set conditions, single condition, location, get document property city, which is a city, confirm, is set. So if we do have a city already set it up in that location, maybe you missed it before and now you want to edit it, who knows, confirm, then show me the city. So if it's already here, show me that city. Else, widget state, place speaker value, city. So if the city is here, show me this city, or show me the city that I have chosen from select location. Okay, but I mean, if you have missed the information, we can skip this one, show me like nothing. All right, but still asking for something. So let's make it a space. It's gonna work. It's working. So if I have the city here, show me the city, or show me nothing. All right, but still I think we have to use like widget state and place speaker value. So, and let it be city. Okay, So right now, what we are saying here, show me the city if it's there. If it's in the database, show me the city. If not, show me the city that I have chosen from select location. All right. The same thing we can do for country. Let's do it this way. We just click here, copy variable, and place it here by removing this one, and press here and change that one to country. Okay, here we change to country, and else we change it to country. Confirm. So default variable value is null. That's cool. Description, we just click on location, here description, confirm. All right. For the images, so we have the empty list widget, so upload images saying, so let's hide it right now, clicking here, and now here we need to show these items. What we do, we go to generate dynamic children. So here is a location images, upload file URL. We go here, and from the page parameters we take location and images. Confirm. So by clicking here, so everything is set up correctly. Guys, if you hear something on the background, I'm very sorry. This is my neighbors on Sunday trying to do something. And here we have a new error. It wasn't here before. This kind of like updates of Flutterflow. Let's click on the play sound and change it to FP3 flows. Then we find, then that's it. I'm sorry if you do hear this, guys. I'm really sorry. Let's wrap this one with stack. Okay, and give it width and height 100%. Remove the padding, stack, give padding to the stack, and in the stack we add an icon. It's gonna be delete, and color is gonna be like red. So give it an action, delete media, Firebase, index in list, confirm. So by clicking here, we're gonna delete this image from the Firebase, right? So for the upload images, we can do next one. We're gonna make it simple. Let's add a row. In a row, we can just copy from this stack and give it here. And new images. So in the generate files in this row, we take widget state, upload file URLs, confirm and confirm. So for that image is already set nicely. We changed the new, we had like another name here, so change it to new images item. And give to this row a scrollable. So we uploaded new images, right? And on the create button, we can, we need first, we do the backend update document, location, reference. Let me delete this one right now, remove. Yeah, and so here is going to be easier to work. So city, we take it, like let's take from the select location city, country, we're gonna take it also from the select location. And here I'm making a big mistake because in the future I'll have to redo it, because if we don't change it, it means here we have nothing, like zero information from here if we don't click here and change it. So I changed it to city, I'm taking from here, and country I'm taking from here. Description I'm taking also from the text field description. Let long latitude and longitude. Here we can use if else. For example, if conditions first value is gonna be place speaker is set, then please give me information from place speaker latitude longitude. If it's changed, if it's there, all right. Else, if I didn't choose any new locations, then save the information from the location part, from the database. Keep it the one that used to be before. For the images, we can set value if condition, single condition, widget state, upload file URLs, list number of items greater than 0. If number of items in the uploaded image is more than 0, then upload file URLs, then save these images so they might be changed. Else, keep the images, the ones that we used before. So these images, we take it from the page parameter location and like images, and no further changes, confirm. So done. And then we can add an action, navigate to location detail page, pass parameter, location, and close it. For the Firebase, we need to add a project, give it a name of your project. Enable Google Analytics, and we need to select an account. If you don't have this kind of accounts, you can easily create your own. For us, we're gonna use our default ones. And right now we need to set up our applications. We need to give it a bundle name in a settings app details package name. So it must start with com dot the name of your company dot and the name of an app. This is a default naming of packages. And we click on Apple. Here we are giving an Apple bundle ID. Register app, and just skip the rest of the steps. Just click next, and it's going to create. There's nothing important we have here. Then add an app. Let's do it with Android right now. Give the package name for Android. And same thing we can do with web. Just give the random name for the nickname, create a new site. Here you can give your own domain name of your app if it's your admin panel, anything you can do. Right now we are giving access to Flutterflow to your Firebase account. So just write the email firebase@flutterflow.io and give it a role as an editor. And as well, we're gonna add right now 3 roles to that new user. So the first role is going to be Cloud Functions Admin. Another role is going to be Cloud Runtime Config Admin. And the last role is going to be Service Account User. And save it. We are not gonna come back here at all. So next, what we can do, we can create API for your Google Maps. So we go to credentials, and here you have 3 keys already set up for you. So we copy our API keys and paste it in our Flutterflow Google Maps settings. Right now open the build one, choose the Firestore, and we need to create a database. You can choose production mode or test mode, whatever you like. Right now you need to find the closest database for yourself. For me it is Central 2, Europe Central 2. Once your database created, your storage is created, we need to add 2 things, like allow create and delete, and if true, publish it. This is default rule for the storage, but in the future you can change it as you want to, and right now it's for testing, so we can play with it around. Then we go to engage and messaging, where we need to set up our push notifications. So we choose Firebase notification campaign, and we just skip it, save as a draft. And now our messaging push notifications are set up. Also, we need to turn on the dynamic links. Here we have a domain already set up for you. You just turn it on, that's it. And authentication. In the authentication, you can choose different types of authentications. We're going to choose only email and password. We can turn on Google and Apple authentication as well. In the future it will help you to set up everything right now, as well as phone authentication and anonymous, depends what you're building right now. Then we go to project settings and copy our project ID. We go to Flutterflow, and in Firebase we placed our ID and auto-generate config files, and this is done. We have connected our database with our Flutterflow project. We need to turn on the push notifications if you want to use them now, but it's better to use them before, I mean later, not now.
Hello and welcome to this tutorial on deploying your Flutterflow apps to the App Store. So an exciting new feature that we have is the ability for you to create an app for iPhones and iOS without even having access to a Mac. So how this works is you have your Flutterflow project that you work on, you would go to your settings, and then with some information and a click of a button, your app would all of a sudden appear within the App Store developer portal, where you can share it with TestFlight or actually submit it to the App Store, available to all your customers with 0 lines of code, believe it or not. So here we go. Let's begin this tutorial. So here we've created a project, a very basic project. It only has a text. There are all sorts of other tutorials on how to make use of our amazing different features. So I won't go over the things that you can add to this app. We're just going to make a very simple app so we can deploy to the App Store. Then we're going to go to settings and then to the CodeMagic tab. We've partnered with CodeMagic to deploy your apps to the App Store. And soon we will also let you deploy to Google. So here we can see a couple of different text fields that we need to fill in before we deploy to the App Store. The issuer ID, key ID, private key, and app ID. And I'll go over how you can generate those now. So the first thing you would need is an Apple ID or an Apple account. So go to developer.apple.com and using your Apple account, create a developer account for yourself if you don't have one. So here you can click on create yours now, and it requires some information. You fill it out, and then once you're done with it, you'll confirm your email and you have a developer account now. The next thing that you would need to do is to purchase the Apple Developer Membership. And this Apple Developer Program membership is around $100 a year. Yeah, this is 99 US dollars per membership year that you would need to subscribe to. Once you've subscribed to that, then you'll have access to a portal called App Store Connect. And in App Store Connect, you can create your apps and your test flights and submit your apps to the App Store. So before we create our app on App Store Connect, I'm going to go to the developer portal. So in developer.apple.com, in the account page, there are a couple tabs that you can look at. What we need to look at is certificates, IDs, and profiles. So in order for our app to deploy to the App Store, we would have to create a bundle identifier with the Apple Developer Program. What that bundle identifier would be is, in our case here, package name that we've given to a project. So set it to something like com.Daniel Idrisi, my full name, .testing deploy. So name it whatever package name you desire and copy that package name. So I'm going to select all and hit Command C to copy. Now here in the certificates, identifiers, and profiles, I will go to the identifiers tab. In the identifiers tab, I click the plus button to create a new bundle ID. So there are a lot of options here, but we're going to ignore all of them and go with app IDs. Click continue, select app, not app clip because it doesn't apply to us. Select continue. And here, there are a couple of things that you would need to input. First of all, most importantly, it is the bundle ID. So here, you can paste in the bundle identifier, the package name that we assigned to this project. So double check that they're equivalent, otherwise there may be some issues that pop up along the way. And then provided a description. So testing Flutterflow deploy app. A description doesn't need to be anything special. You can assign anything to it. The next step is capabilities. So there are a lot of capabilities here, most of which don't apply to Flutterflow, but there are a couple to look out for. For example, if you have sign in with Apple, you would want to select that. If at some point we support push notifications or something like that, maps, whatever, make sure that you have selected all the capabilities that are required for your app before clicking continue. So now that we've almost made it, we double check everything, make sure our bundle ID is equivalent to our package name in Flutterflow, and then click register. So now we have created here it is, the bundle ID for our application. Now that we're done with this, we're going to go ahead to App Store Connect. And this link is appstoreconnect.apple.com. So it is different than developer.apple.com. One way you can also go to App Store Connect is by going to Apple Developer to your account. And then over here you can see App Store Connect. So you can click on that right there. In App Store Connect, there are a couple of options here, and we're going to go with My Apps. So here we're going to create our application. Click the plus button, select New App, and now select the platform that you're building. In our case, that'll be iOS. Give it a name, give it a unique name, so something like Flutterflow testing app. If you notice, if we go something like Uber, which is already taken, we will get into some issues. So make sure you select a unique name here. Flutterflow testing deploy. Select your primary language. In my case, that would be English US. And select the bundle ID. So here we will be selecting the bundle ID that we actually just made in the previous step. So that would be testing Flutterflow deploy app com.danielidrisian.testing deploy. And now we will assign it a unique SKU. This can be anything, but you can just name it the bundle ID. As long as it is unique, as long as it's a unique string, you should be good to go. Now, if you have other users in your App Store Connect account, you will have this little section at the bottom. So now that I've selected everything here, I'm going to hit create. This is our portal for our application where we see all the information regarding App Store, such as where you put all your screenshots, your promotional text, keywords, description. What we would need to look at is this one tab on the side called App Information. So click on App Information and then scroll down to General Information and then select the number that appears under Apple ID. So select that number, click Command C or copy it, go to your Flutterflow Code Magic settings, and then under App ID, paste it in. So make sure that the two are equivalent. Now you can go on to the next step. So this is all we really need with the app portal here. Now we're going to go back to App Store Connect. And then we're going to go to the Users and Access tab. Here we're going to generate the key required for CodeMagic to push the application to your App Store Connect account. So for that, we would go to Keys. And then the first thing that we see here is the issuer ID. So this is a random text that is assigned to your account. Click copy, go to Flutterflow, and paste it into issuer ID. Now go back to App Store Connect, and then click this blue plus button. This is an API key. So if you are making an API key for Flutterflow, you can call it Flutterflow test deploy or something like that. And then give it an access. It really doesn't matter. You can give it admin, you can give it app manager, but it has to be one of the two. So I'm gonna go with admin. So now we've generated the API key. You can see the name Flutterflow test deploy generated by me, the key ID, and download API key. So make sure that once you've created your API key, that you download the API key. So click this, select download, and it's telling you that you can only download it once. So download it and make sure you don't throw it in the trash. And then you have a couple options for how you want to open it. You have this little P8 that's called auth key underscore something, and then .p8. So we need to open and access the contents of this file. You can open it with any text editor that you're using. In my case, I'm using VS Code, but you can also use TextEdit. You can use, if you're on Windows, you can use whatever editor that you are currently using. So I'm going to go to VS Code, make a new window, drag that downloaded file in. And then here you will see a private key. So select all the contents of this private key. You can do Command A and then copy it. So Command C. Now I have copied this key. I'll go to Flutterflow and I will paste it under private key. So select private key and then paste the whole thing. Now onto the last piece of the puzzle, which is the key ID. So Flutterflow test deploy, we just added it, copy the key ID, and then go paste it right here. So now we have supplied all the necessary information to deploy our app to the App Store. there are a couple of ways that we can go about this now. We can deploy it to the App Store right now, and then what this will do is Flutterflow will generate the code for our project as it is on the Flutterflow website, and then push it to CodeMagic to deploy to the App Store. Another way you can go about it is by selecting your own GitHub repository. So if you've added support for GitHub in the GitHub tab, so in my case, I've associated a GitHub account, a GitHub repository with my project by following the steps here. Once you push your code to GitHub, you can select your GitHub as a deployment source. So in my case, I can go use my GitHub repo and then select the branch name. So I could select Flutterflow, or if I've made any other changes and have other branches here, for example, it's common to have an edit branch where you make your own changes to the Flutterflow code and then push it back to the repo. You can select whatever branch that you wish here. So it could be Flutterflow, it could be main, it could be edit, and what will happen is instead of generating the code ourselves, we will simply download the code that is in your GitHub repository and then push it to the App Store. Now in my case, there's no difference between my project and my GitHub repository, so I don't need to use my GitHub repository. Now, once I've finalized everything, I click the Deploy to App Store button. Here you will get a confirmation button, a confirmation dialog. If you have created a deploy and you are clicking deploy once again, it will cancel the deploy that's currently undergoing. So make sure you confirm your deploy. Now it'll take around 30 to 40 seconds for the deploy to go through. And I'm just going to wait and let this spinner go through. Cool, we got a success message. So that means that it has submitted a deployment to CodeMagic to submit to the App Store. And then we can see the status here, latest message saying submitted. Now, the deployment usually takes 40 minutes, 60 minutes, could even take 2 hours. It entirely depends on your project. So every once in a while you can click this button, check build status, and then it will tell you the status of your deploy. So now the status would be, it's loading right now. Let's see what it says. Building. Okay. Took a while. All right. So it's currently building. Now I will check back in 30 minutes, 40 minutes or something, and see what my deploy is doing. Now, if everything goes well, you wouldn't need to go back to Flutterflow. You will get an email from App Store Connect that a new build has been added to your app. So in the case of a previous app that I've built, you can go to test flight and see a list of all the builds that have been submitted from Flutterflow. This here is where I can set up my test flight app. I would simply go on the build that I've deployed recently, click manage, answer the question here, and then click start internal testing. Now I click on the build, and then here I provide all the test details, and then select the testers that I'm adding to this test flight, and then move on from there. So testing, click save, and then test information, provide all the descriptions, and then once you've finished all of this, you would be able to submit this to the test flight. You can also do the same thing to the App Store. You can select the build here that we've just deployed, and then yeah, it should be good to go from here. One thing to note is to make sure that you've selected an app icon. So this is called also a launcher. You can access this in the Flutterflow project settings under General and App Assets. So go to App Launcher icon and click Upload an image. So before you deploy, make sure that you have uploaded an image for your project. Otherwise, the deploy will fail. So that's an important caveat to have. And otherwise, yeah, this is all there is to know. Oh, here it is. Failed step 8 script, generate launch icon. Okay, so this is saying that I've forgotten to add the icon. So yeah, need an icon. Anyways, hopefully this was a useful tutorial. Let us know if you have any questions, and if you're a pro user, you should be able to chat with us through our website. And look forward to new tutorials coming out, and specifically Google Play coming out in the near future. Thank you.
Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to deploy to the Google Play Store using Flutterflow and CodeMagic. So here's my project. I'm going to go to Settings and Integrations and Deployment. Before we start, I want to remind you that you can deploy from any branch if you have your GitHub connected. If you want to see the instructions for that, check out the deployment to the App Store video. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, you need to make a Google Play console account at play.google.com/console, and then it'll ask you to log in, and here's mine. So first what we want to do is create app and fill out all of this, and then click create app. Alright, so here's our app. First of all, if this is a new account, you're going to have a box here that says verify ID. I recommend doing that as soon as possible because it can take up to 2 days and you might run into issues if you don't have your ID verified. The first thing you want to do is go down here to set up your app and fill out all of this info. You can change it later and it doesn't need to go through review in order to get it to work, but it does need to be filled out. So to change your App Store listings, you'll go to main store listing and change that stuff, and then go down to app content to change all the other questions. But fill it out first on the dashboard. You might run into the ID issues here. If that's true, you can do the rest of the stuff. You just can't deploy from Flutterflow until this is done. So I've already filled that out on another one, so we're going to use that. But first what we want to do is create our service account credentials. So you're going to go to API Access and create new service account and go to the Google platform. Go up here to create service account. Create and continue. It needs to be an editor service account. And then we're done here. Go ahead and download the keys by going to Manage Keys, Add Key, Create New One. You need the JSON, and then it'll download to your computer. Make sure you store it securely and don't upload it to your GitHub. If you do though, then delete the service account and redo all of these steps and then re-upload it here at Flutterflow. So we're going to go back here to API Access and grant access. Go to App Permissions, Add App. I'm going to add Test because that's the one that we're going to look at for the rest of this. Use all the default settings and then click Invite User. Okay, so now we're going to upload our credentials on Flutterflow. and we're going to choose a play track. So these are just different testing tracks. We're going to start with internal because that's what we're going to do first over here, but basically this is internal testing, and then closed is alpha, open is beta, and then you go to production. So we're going to start with internal, and we're going to click deploy to Play Store. And once the deploy is done, we can see that it was submitted. We can check the build status here. And we expect it to fail the first time because you need to upload the AAB manually. So we're going to download the AAB, which is the app bundle. And then go back to your dashboard and create a new release. Upload the app bundle that you download from the Flutterflow website. Okay, so it's uploaded. Then we're going to click Save and Review Release. And don't worry about these warnings here. And then start rollout to internal testing. And then you are going to pick your testing list, save, and now you have your release. And now that we have our release, we can go back to Flutterflow. I'll just change something really fast so that the deploy will work. And then we'll click deploy to Play Store. Okay, so now we'll check our build status. And it finished. So now we can go back and check the console. And we have our new release. So lastly, if you want to deploy to a different track, first you need to create that track. So we're going to go here, manage track. You need to add countries and regions. Select testers. And then create a new release. So you can either upload the AAB like we did before, or you can go to a release from a different track and promote the release. And it takes our app bundle from the internal track, review release, and roll out to alpha. And now that we've created this one, we could go to Flutterflow, change to alpha, and deploy to Play Store like usual. So that's how you deploy to the Google Play Store from Flutterflow. Thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.
Lesson, and I want to show you how you can create your idea, your app by using AI like ChatGPT and Midjourney. So how I did it with the app that you have built while doing the whole course. So let's open ChatGPT and tell him like, I need ideas for a mobile app for C2C users, for example. And he's gonna give us some like answers. And yeah, let's try to reload. Okay, so consumer to consumer. So here's he's giving me like different ideas and so on. Let's stop it and let's take this idea. Please describe me this app idea. And he's giving you he's gonna give you more description for this app. So we can just skip it, for example, and continue by give me functionality for the app. So here he's giving you functionality that you will have to use in your application. Okay. And the last thing what we can do, so we can go to the Midjourney, ask ChatGPT to give you some visual description of the app. Give me visual description of the app following UX UI rules. So here he's giving some description, and of course we can ask him to give you more specific information, but we can play with ChatGPT as much as we want to. But for now we just need at least something. Let's stop it. Describe me home page. Describe me visuals of the home page. So here he's giving you description, and we're gonna wait until he's gonna finish it, and then we're gonna go to the Midjourney. Let's stop it and let's just copy this one and go to Midjourney. So here we're asking, imagine UX UI mobile app, and send him this information. And now we wait until he creates for us something. Okay, he's giving us the wrong design. Let's copy the one we used and add Figma, let's say 10 screens, and we're gonna use a mobile app. Copy this one, paste it here, UX UI, AR 916. But still it's looking really nice. We can use it, or we can wait until he gives us something new. Let's wait for it. Yep, I made a mistake. It's supposed to be 16.9 and to 9, so we just copy that one, and again say 16 and 9. Yep. Still it looks it might look really nice. Seriously, I like it already, even though we don't see everything what's happening here, but still we can use it. Yep, and here what we really look for, I guess it looks strange for now, but let's wait until the end. Yep, we see here already there are 3 screens he built for us. We can add more information that we want to be clean, white background, black background, and whatever you want to. This one is looking really nice, the one that we really need. Let's wait until the end. Here's the first option he made for us with watches. Oh, look, it does look awesome. Seriously, guys. Some things we need to fix, like the borders here, like paddings, like this one's looking really good. All of them look good. Seriously, guys. Like, I really enjoy it. Oh, wow, look. Yeah, that's what we really need, guys. I mean, seriously, this is awesome. People here they look funny, but I like this one. So let's tell him to upscale number 1. It's looking good. Yeah, I mean, so this is how I use ChatGPT and Midjourney to build apps if I don't have designs. And this is giving me some kind of idea for the future if I'm building my own startup or anything. Or if it's a client, I can sit down with him and spend some time just building this kind of screens, and then I can give it to the designer and tell him, like, listen, here what you need to do. Anyway, guys, this is how you can use ChatGPT and Midjourney in order to create your own apps and designs and the idea itself, like what exactly you want to build. You can write whatever you want to him. I need an app for banking peer to peer transfer without any commissions. Write me a technical documentation, right? And you can keep going with that one, ask him whatever you want to do, and he's gonna give you whatever you want. This is awesome, seriously. Anyway, see you later, guys.